Have you ever told yourself, once I lose weight, I will finally feel like a healthy person? Well, what if I told you that thinking that way is actually holding you back, is actually keeping you stuck? That often this is exactly why it is so hard to keep up with healthy habits. Today we're diving into what it really takes to maintain a healthy lifestyle with consistency. I can imagine you have at least a couple of times felt incredibly motivated to get healthy, only to find yourself back to old habits. If that's you, you're not alone. But imagine if it didn't have to be that way. It's not just a lack of willpower, it is about strategy. In this video, I'll share what exactly will create lasting consistency in your health habits. We're going to explore practical steps that will help you integrate wellness into your everyday life, making healthy something effortless, an effortless part of your identity, and not just an occasional guest that shows up here and there. I've spent years understanding the psychology behind health habits and experimenting with what works and what doesn't. The insights I've gained have not only transformed my own life, but also helped other women to stop struggling and start thriving. We will uncover why your identity is so pivotal to your long-term success for any lifestyle change, and how shifting from thinking I'll be happy when, I'll be healthy when, to embracing I am healthy because. This not only changes your mindset, but also your act. And if you're still here, I can imagine in the past you have told yourself, once I lose weight, I feel like a healthy person, or when I finally stick to a perfect routine, then I know that I've made it. Can see themselves as someone who's healthy. But here's the truth. This identity isn't something you achieve. It is something you embody. And when you start showing up as the healthy person you want to be, this is when the magic happens. Now let's finally start with why your identity plays such a huge role in any lasting change. Think about this. The habits you stick to are usually a reflection of how you see yourself. If you see yourself as a busy, stressed out woman who doesn't have time for self-care, well, you will act in ways that align with that identity, skipping meals, pushing through exhaustion, and putting everyone else first. But when you shift that identity to, I'm someone who prioritizes my health and my well-being, your actions start to reflect that. You'll naturally, your action will start to align with that belief. You will naturally begin making choices that reflect that identity, like craving out time to nourish yourself, craving out time for rest, or even to take a walk outside, whatever it is. And here's a framework I love. It's the be, do, have model. Most of us approach change backwards. We think once I have the results, like a stronger body or better energy, then I'll do the things healthy people do, like meal prep or move daily. And then I'll be a healthy person. But this mindset keeps you stuck in a loop of waiting. Instead, flip it. Start by being that healthy person right now. Think, what would a healthy person do today? Or what would that person I compare myself to in terms of lifestyle do? And then do those things now, even in small ways. And guess what? The results will follow. When I first started my wellness journey, I thought I had to earn the right to feel happy in my body, or more like that I wasn't worthy of losing weight, that I'd never lose that weight anyways, or feel energized in my body. But luckily, I realized that the key was shifting how I saw myself. I started telling myself, I am someone who prioritizes nourishing my body. I am someone who sticks to her health habits or to her healthy habits without overwhelm. And it's that simple shift that changed everything. Instead of obsessing over results, I focused on showing up as the person I wanted to be. I focused on the present. I focused on the here and now, and not on the dreams and wishes and goals and anything else that would make me feel frustrated because I wasn't there yet. Now that we know why identity matters, and maybe started to discover how our identity looks like by asking ourselves questions like, what would that healthy version do? How would the healthy version of myself show up? How would she think? What would she do? How would she act? Let's talk about how to start shifting that identity and doing those things that we want to do without overwhelm. So here are 3 simple steps to get you started. Step number 1 is to start with one small habit. Pick one habit that aligns with the identity you want to create. For example, if you want to see yourself as someone who has a healthy relationship with food, maybe start with eating your meals without distraction for at least 5 minutes instead of scrolling on your phone or watching TV while you're eating. This will help you to focus on enjoying your food mindfully. And this small practice helps you build awareness of your hunger and fullness cues And it reinforces that identity that you want to have as someone who prioritizes mindful eating habits, who has that healthy relationship with food. All of this is because small wins like this create momentum, and they help you naturally transition from being someone who turns to food for comfort to someone who nourishes their body mindfully. Or if you want to become someone who prioritizes movement, start with a simple habit like going on a 10-minute walk every day. And instead of thinking, I need to exercise more, shift to, I am someone who makes time for movement. And it's this small daily action that reinforces your new identity as an active person. Remember, every action you take is a vote towards becoming the person you want to become. Step number 2 is to use identity-based affirmations. And I know affirmations can feel cheesy and uncomfortable at first, at least, but trust me, they work, especially if you take action along them. And those affirmations are simple phrases that help you rewire how you see yourself. So try saying something like, I am someone who nourishes my body with love, or I am becoming, or better, I am the healthiest version of myself. Say it daily, even if it doesn't feel true yet, because saying these statements daily helps create new neural pathways in your brain, which over time, your brain then starts to believe. Our self-image or our identity is like a story we tell ourselves, and we have the power to change that narrative. We don't have to stick to what we believe about ourselves right now. Think about all those moments when negative self-talk shaped how you saw yourself, how you acted. Those thoughts created patterns in your mind, and we often get caught in what psychologists call selective perception, which is where we only notice things that confirm our current beliefs about ourselves. And most often, or very often, it's the negative things that really keep on top of our mind. And this is why changing our identity requires constant conscious effort through positive reinforcement, through shifting those thoughts. And that's what we do with those affirmations. Then step number 3 is to reflect daily. Make reflection a daily ritual. At the end of each day, ask yourself powerful questions like, what did I do today that aligns with my healthy identity? What healthy choice am I proud of today? And how did I show up for my wellness goals? It doesn't matter, just questions like this. And you can simply ask yourself these questions in your mind, or what would be even more powerful is to keep track of them or these moments in a simple journal, a physical one, or tab in your phone's notes. I, for example, like to use my iPad to journal. So whatever works for you. And all of this is not to judge, but to celebrate your progress and to reinforce your healthy identity. The practice of mindful reflection helps you focus on growth rather than perfection or obsession, or it also helps you, let go of that obsession or focus of your end results. And of course, it helps in building that lasting confidence in your journey, because you start to see all the little things that you do that help you move to where you want to go. Molly, my little girl, decided to join us. And now, before we end this video, let's tackle just a few common fears or blocks you might face on your journey or when you start to build that new identity. Block number 1 would be, what if I fail? Well, guess what? You will, and that's okay. Failure is part of growth. Without failure, we are not going to be able to grow and improve in any area. The key is to focus on showing up most of the time and not all of the time. Your identity isn't about perfection, it's about progress. So, for example, if you miss a planned workout one day because life got busy, that happens to all of us, instead of thinking, I failed at being healthy, remind yourself, I'm still a person who prioritizes movement. I will just get back to it tomorrow. This mindset shift is crucial because it takes the pressure of being perfect. And when you embrace that setbacks are normal, you can bounce back faster and keep moving forward. The key is to build resilience each time you get back up, because by doing that, you're strengthening your healthy identity. Block number 2 is, it feels fake. When you start calling yourself healthy or energized, it might feel untrue, but this is about rewiring your mindset. Give it time. The more you act in alignment with your new identity, the more natural it will feel. Most often, we have to go through the uncomfortable to reach our goals, because if it would be easy, well, we would probably already be there. Most of the time, the things we want lie behind the uncomfortable, lie behind something hard. Otherwise, they wouldn't be worth reaching or getting there. And remember that your brain has spent years reinforcing certain patterns and beliefs about yourself. So It will take time to create those new neural pathways. The key is to be patient and consistent. The more you consciously act in alignment with your new identity, speaking, thinking, and acting in ways that support your desired self-image, the more natural and genuine it will feel. It's just like learning any new skill. It may feel awkward at first, but the more you practice it, the more it becomes second nature, the easier it gets. When we first start riding a bicycle, it's super hard, and once we know how to do it, it goes automatic. And then block number 3 is, I don't know where to start. Well, for this, always start small. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle at once. Instead, choose just one area that resonates with you, that you want to focus on, whether that's staying hydrated throughout the day, incorporating more mindful movement into your routine, or practicing conscious eating habits. By focusing your energy on this single aspect, you'll build a strong foundation for lasting change without feeling overwhelmed. Even though we want to see results fast, sustainable transformation happens one simple step or one small step at a time. And mastering one area first will naturally create positive ripple effects in any other aspect of your health journey. Now let's wrap up with a reflection. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what is one small action you can take today to start showing up as the healthy person you want to be? Maybe it's drinking that extra glass of water, prepping a nourishing meal, or simply speaking kinder to yourself. And whatever it is, write it down and commit to it. And as always, I would love to hear from you. Share your identity-based action steps with me down below in the comments, or even send me a message over on Instagram at nourishwith.sarah. I will have it linked down below, and I'm always here to cheer you on. And if you're looking for even more guidance to help you step into your new healthy identity, I've created something special for you. My free visualization meditation that will help you embody the confident, energized person that you want to become. You can get it by clicking the link down below. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our nourishing community. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss new videos about holistic health, wellness, mindset, and any other tips you can think of. And remember, you don't have to wait to become the healthy person you want to be. Start small, show up for yourself, and trust that every step is bringing you closer to the life you deserve. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again next week. I'm Molly. You gonna join us next week?